You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up? What's up? We back at it again, y'all. Saturday morning. My co-hosts are here. It's gonna be a early show and a quick show. Don't have too many topics to dwell on today. Mostly we just getting our football picks in, discuss a little politics, discuss a little NBA, discuss a little NFL. Just got a little bit of everything from each type of sport. There's been a lot going on this week, not too much in the sports world, more politics, but we're going to discuss it all. Red, Rev, and Coach, episode 162, coming at you right now. Not wasting any more time. Let's get started.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. I'm not coming to you live from the ATL, but Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL show. Real sports talk. Yep. Red and join us today. Giving you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what? Join us, Red. Real sports knowledge. Hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and the Coach for episode 162 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our sports custom, let's turn our attention to the numbers game given to us by Coach Patrick Thomas. What you got for us, Coach?
Good morning, everybody. Good early morning, everybody. It's going to be very simple. I have a number, and the number is for the year of 1962, Jackie Robinson became the first African American to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So that's my number for 62. Jackie Robinson won 62. I mean, Jackie Robinson became the first African American in 62 to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. There you go.
All right. That's what's up, Coach. And I'm going to say this. Oh, yeah. All right. That's wonderful, Coach. Thanks for showing up. And I want to greet everybody. I'm in Pennsylvania, near where I was born. I'm preaching in Baltimore, Maryland, in a social distancing service on tomorrow morning. So that's why I'm not in my traditional quarters. But due to streaming and being able to do a show through the internet is why I can be on the show and not be away from the show. So thank goodness and God for technology. How you gentlemen doing, sir? Sirs, rather.
Okay.
Doing all right.
Rev?
Yes, sir.
Rev.
Yes, sir.
You say you near Pennsylvania?
Say it again.
You near Pennsylvania?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Take care of voting. Take care of voting. Go down and help them count or something.
Oh man, they're ready to turn it up here this way. I'm in Chester County, which is about 30, 40 minutes away from Philadelphia, and they're part of the Pennsylvania crew that's going to help ultimately Joe Biden win this presidency. So they're ready to celebrate because Joe Biden is from Pennsylvania, Scranton, Pennsylvania. So they're about ready for their hometown boy to become president. So I wish I could do something to help them out, but it's looking good. Matter of fact, since you brought it up, Coach, what's your thoughts about this presidential election, man? All the stuff that's been going on. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I smell, it's not a rat, but it's still, I see some feathers flying in the states of Nevada and Arizona. Nobody wants to be the first one to go and certify this thing. They are scared to release they don't want to be the first one, so Trump won't come after them with his army of knuckleheads. So I'm like, Nevada, you got 3 million people. How long does it take to count the votes? Come on, man. How long does it take to count? Get your votes in. Go and make this thing official. And so we won't have to do another speech from Donald Trump talking about fixed, unfair, bias, whatever word he want to use to describe this thing. Go and certify it today, and let's get this drama over with. Worse than Young and the Restless.
I got you, man. What's your thoughts, Red?
Just ready for something to be official. Tired of all the reports. They just really repeating themselves over and over. But looking like Biden is gonna be victorious. But I'm just waiting for something official.
I got you, man. And I think Coach hit it on the head. These networks are definitely afraid of Donald Trump because how in the world can Joe Biden be ahead of Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and not be proclaimed the champion? I'm thinking basketball, yeah, but the president. It just makes absolutely no sense, and that just shows the impact of the Donald Trump factor, where you got networks who are definitely afraid to pronounce the victor. Armani, good morning to you. He said, now we're not saying Pennsylvania's scared. We're talking about the networks are scared to pronounce who the winner is, because CNN, I think, is doing all they can do not to make the same mistake that they made back in 2000 with the George Bush, Al Gore situation. But it's crazy. It is definitely crazy. And Thomas Holcomb, I give credit to Brian Kemp for creating the monster that is Stacey Abrams. That's really somebody's dope moment politically right there, because Stacey Abrams to help pioneer what has transpired in Georgia has just been awesome. How you feel about, we're all residents of Georgia, real quickly, and then we'll move on to some sports talk. How do you feel about Georgia looking like it's going to be blue?
Yeah, it's good. Go ahead, Coach.
Oh no, it's just unbelievable that how it turned overnight and approximately 3:37 a.m., waking everybody up. Well, woke some people up saying that Joe Biden now has the lead. And in a traditional red state, this got to be the biggest news of the year.
Red, you want to add on?
Yes, it's surprising, but like I say, it's good that Georgia helped them out.
No doubt, no doubt. And I must admit, I am so surprised at what Georgia has become. But again, as Thomas Holcomb shared, man, we have to give big ups to Stacey Abrams. She teaches us a very, very valuable lesson that just because you lose doesn't mean that you still don't have work to do. And she could have easily been selfish saying, you know, Georgia cheated me out of the gubernatorial race and I'm done with it. But she decided to take the high road and mobilize not only the Black community, but the Democratic community. And now it looks like that Georgia will be blue. Good morning to you, Joe Black. I know you posted something and Thomas said, haven't been blue since 92. That rhymes. That's rhymes.
Oh,
but that's sure not the case. All right, gentlemen, let's get into normal Red and Rev sports show business. And we had a little sidetrack in my bag. I had a nice little banner for that I missed out on, but that's okay as we talk the 2020 presidential election. Let's go into it, gentlemen. Our dope, nope, cope section of the show. And Coach, as we always do or normally do, we're going to start with you, sir. What are you doping on this morning?
Well, it happened after our show last Saturday, so we didn't get it in, but I'll get it in today. Travis Etienne became the all-time ACC rusher when he ran a little 15-yard run, and so I want to give shout out to him for becoming an all-time ACC leading rusher. Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne gets. All right, Travis Etienne, big ups to him. Red, what are you doping on, sir?
I'm doping on Aaron Rodgers, Skeet Rodgers, for the awesome game he had against a very depleted 49ers team. But he went out and showed what type of guy he can be. You know, even though they sucked, he wanted to make sure that he showed the world that they sucked and that he was going to make sure he told you they sucked. I mean, by putting it on, I mean, almost near perfect quarterback rating. I mean, he had some issues with a receiver early in the game, but eventually they made up by, like I say, Skeet Rodgers turns the most scrub receivers into some playmaking receivers. And that's what you want your QB to do. That's what Matt Ryan doesn't do. That's what he doesn't do. He doesn't take a mediocre, average football team and make them better than they truly are. Because really, Green Bay is a sorry team. They suck. You take Aaron Rodgers out that team ain't going nowhere near the playoffs.
Right, we're going to slow you down right there. You're going into commentary, brother. This is just our quick shot. Sorry. You're giving us real commentary right there. But we got you. Aaron Rodgers got your dope moment for today. And we'll say this.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
All right, man. All right. I'm doping on one Charles Barkley. I'm doping on Charles Barkley for the simple fact he made another donation, $1 million donation to an HBCU, this one Tuskegee University. So big ups to one Charles Barkley doing some philanthropy for another HBCU, Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama. Big ups to one Charles Barkley.
Winning.
All right, Red is back on you, man. What are you rolling with your note moment for this week?
I got two dummies I can go with.
Let's go with one dummy. Just one. Just one. Come on.
Okay. Man, I want to go off on both of these cats. I guess I'll do Takk McKinley. Takk McKinley, dude, I want you cut so bad. And think about this, people want to bring up his issues and his mental. I don't feel sorry for Takk at all. I don't care what mental issues he got. I don't care nothing about his grandma. I just want this clown gone. I don't care about his emotions. He is a sorry player. And for him to be sending those tweets to the Falcons this week, dude, you got a right to shut up and not tweet. Just get gone, Takk. big note for Takk McKinley this week. If I got to go into the reasons why, obviously you ain't been paying attention. Note, Takk McKinley.
All right. Red is noping on one.
Well, I want to go off on him even more, but I just keep my thoughts to myself.
All right. Well, we're noping on Red is noping on Takk McKinley. I'm going to pick up the nope game, and I'm noping on Lamar Jackson being considered one of the amongst the elite NFL quarterbacks. Yes, he won the NFL MVP last year, but he's not on the line of Patrick Mahomes. He's not up there with Aaron Rodgers. He's not up there with not even with Drew Brees. Well, Drew Brees is not on that level, but I say Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. So he still has a lot more a way to go in becoming one of those elite quarterbacks. So I got to give my note moment to people maybe thinking that Lamar Jackson is on that elite status. He's not there yet.
No.
All righty. Coach, what are you noping on, sir?
Well, I'm gonna go back, and I know he's hiding now, but he probably not. My nope is Justin Turner not being punished by a Major League Baseball. Are you kidding me? Y'all gonna let him off the hook after he knowingly disrespected the sport and y'all's orders not to go out there, and he went out there without a mask, people kissing his wife, and yet he gets no punishment for doing that? Seriously, I guarantee you, if that was Mookie Betts, he would have been punished. So my note goes to Major League Baseball for not putting some kind of punishment on Justin Turner for his action.
All right.
I agree. Coach. That was Ron Acuna, any black player. That's a really good take right there. I agree. Rob Manfred, he is sucking as baseball commissioner.
All right, let's move forward, fellas. Then we're gonna go to our cope moment. Starts with me. I am coping on the fact that the San Francisco 49ers may not have a roster to play football by the end of this season. Every week you got injuries and COVID-19 cases. So it doesn't look like the 49ers will be moving back into the Super Bowl and being the NFC champions once again. So indeed, I am coping on that for them. Basically, their season is going down the toilet. Yeah, it's definitely going down the toilet. All right, gentlemen. Is it on Coach? Coach, what you got, man?
Yes, sir.
What are you coping on?
I'm coping with the Jackson State football team. And you won Mr. Shedeur Sanders. Okay, I hope you can cope with the fact that your daddy and a lot of eyes are going to be on you. I hope that you can cope with the pressure that's about to happen now that you transferred to Jackson State, and everybody's going to be looking for you to see how you perform. So, Mr. Young Sanders, I hope you can cope with the pressure that's about to happen.
All right. I don't know what kind of thing to play on that one, but all right, I found something. I don't know. All right, Red, it is on you, sir. What are you coping on for?
Well, I had a little political cope, but I guess we talked about it earlier. I guess I can move on to one I just came up with just now, and it's gonna go into our college picks. But I guess I'll give you a little preview. I'm coping with the fact that I just don't think UGA is going to win anything until we get a quarterback that's worth something. Until we get a quarterback that's a Heisman Trophy candidate, I think Kirby can draft. He can recruit as many defensive guys, running back guys, receiver guys. Until you get that quarterback in here, I'm just coping with the thing. I just don't think UGA going to win a ring. But we'll talk about that later. But that's what I'm coping with. Been coping with it all week long.
Game over, man. It's game over.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. And, we got the big game that's taking place later on today between Florida and Georgia at 3:30. Let's see if we can get
There's a reason I'm wearing my Falcons hat today and not another hat. So we'll talk about that.
All right. So I'm going to just run down some comments from our fans, show them in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. The 4 silver sluggers for the Braves.
Yeah. See Thomas talking about Tuskegee, TU. Joseph Black noping on Stetson Bennett is still the quarterback. Yeah, Kelly, good morning. We are early. That's Rev's fault. I got an appointment in Pennsylvania at 12, so that's all on me. Red, Kelly is on your team with this Tack McKinley. Tack is so disrespectful. I hope coach doesn't play him. It's not like it would make a difference.
Yeah. No, he out today, Kelly. Don't worry.
Tell us how you really feel, Kelly. Thomas Holcomb is noping on NASCAR folks, Kevin Harvick in last week's race. Thomas rushed, if Tack rushed the QB as fast as he rushed to Twitter. That's funny. Yeah, and then we see other comments. Yes, sir, man. Lexus, we are on an hour earlier, and Joseph Black is coping with Atlanta winning another meaningless game and missing out on an incredible talent. I think we highlighted that last week when we were on the show. So, yeah, y'all keep on bringing your comments. Do know they will make it onto the screen, so feel free to keep sharing those comments. All right, let's get ready to move on real quickly to the next phase of our show as we finish the dope note cope moment of the show, and let's get right into it. We know at 12 o'clock some games will start, so we're going to start with our NCAA picks. That was one of the slides that I failed to get real quickly, but just let you all know, and I'll type it up while we're making our picks in just a moment to let y'all know where we stand.
Yeah, Rev. You can just type it up. We can see the little ticker highlight at the bottom.
All right. Well, if that's
big slides no more.
If that's what you want me to do, let me do it real quickly, and I'll put up where we are. And one column will be what was the record from last week, and then the other column will be the overall record. So I'm gonna do that real quickly. So Red went 4-0 last week, and now that makes him 12-5 for the season.
Something tells me that's not gonna be the best record out here.
Not right now, brother. Not right now. You would be definitely correct. And then Rev is
probably 18-1.
Rev is 4-0 with a 14-3 record. Yeah, we went 4-0 last week, and then that's not the best record on the show because we could tell that 2020 is definitely showing to be that peculiar year.
Coach, what you doing to us, man?
One Coach Patrick Thomas is 4-0.
Wow.
15-2. So that means that Coach is leading the way, one game above me and leads 3 games on you, one Redrick. So that is where we are with 3 games that we will be choosing on today. Let me get ready to cue as we make our NCAA picks on today, and let me try to get us some music so that we can get this party.
Man, these are 3 good games too, man. Ooh, because I know everybody ain't gonna have the same picks this week. I can promise you that.
Well, that yeah, we gotta see what Coach is working with. We gotta see what Coach is working with.
Let Coach pick first, man. Coach picking first now.
Well, Coach always picks first. You know, so he's gonna get one.
It wouldn't matter.
Coach smelling himself, man. Coach,
no. I know I do it every week, so I don't know. It doesn't change. I pick first every week, so nothing changed. No big thing.
All right, gentlemen. Let me get some hype music if I can get my DJ right.
You smelling that victory, ain't you?
Nope. I'm just happy to be in first while I can, because I know what'll happen in it. Sorry, team will lose.
All right, let's get ready to rock and roll, man. If I can get this music up. Here we go. All right, gentlemen. The first game.
Music at this is Tales from the Dark Side.
Number 22.
Come on, man.
Indiana. Who you got, Coach?
Yes, Coach.
Oh
Who
my
you
gosh. Let's see. Indiana won by a last second shot against Penn State, and Michigan 1 minute they're champs, the next minute they're chumps. I'm gonna go with them being champs this week. I'm gonna go with Michigan.
All right. Coach is going with Michigan. Red, who you rolling with, sir?
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I gotta go with khaki pants. I can't believe it. Look, Indiana, they are 2-0, and that's very impressive for a basketball themed school. But let's be real, that first victory versus Penn State was a gift. Second victory, you struggled a little bit, but you pulled it off in the end, and you were playing Rutgers, not even a ranked team. Michigan is a ranked team. They're a little better than Rutgers, so you're probably gonna have to play your best ball of the season. And khaki pants, this would be really embarrassing if you lose this game, even in Indiana. I mean, because they still not no football powerhouse. The only reason they rank 13 is because we're in a pandemic and not that many teams have played so far. So, khaki pants, this is your game to win. You lose it, man, I am gonna roast your khaki pants wearing butt because I need you to win it. Michigan.
All right. So Red is rolling with Michigan. Coach is rolling with Michigan. Let's make it unanimous. I'm rolling with Michigan too. I don't know anything about Indiana football that gives me confidence
Except for the 2-0.
to go against Michigan. So I'm going with khaki pants. So give me Michigan along with my co-host Red and Coach Patrick Thomas. All right, let's get to the next
these Indiana players, man, they suck, man. They don't excite you at all.
Oh, I ain't got to pick this one first.
For you, brother. Clemson versus Notre Dame. Who you rolling with, Red?
Oh, it's on me? I thought Coach go.
No, man. You know the rules. Come on, man. This is not our first NCAA pick rodeo. Come on, man.
Okay. I know. I wanted Coach to go first so I can bite off of him. All right, I go first. And yes, wait a minute. What we at? Who at home?
Notre Dame is at home.
Notre Dame at home.
And I'm taking a home team. Notre Dame, you gotta win this game, man. Nothing has been set up for you more to win this game. You got a powerhouse offense. Your defense is inconsistent, but it should be good enough. Look, this man is a freshman quarterback. If you can't win this game, man, Brian Kelly, you ain't gonna never win a big game in Notre Dame. This is yours to win, Brian Kelly, at home versus a depleted Clemson team, because without Trevor Lawrence, no matter how good DJ plays, they are depleted, okay? Trevor Lawrence and DJ, two different players. I know he ain't a Heisman favorite no more, but he is still the man. Without him, Clemson is vulnerable, including today. Notre Dame, show up at home, protect your home field. Let's go.
All right, well, you got Joe Black who rolling with Notre Dame. Kelly rolling with Notre Dame. Well, good morning. What's up with you, Maurice Thrower? Sean coming to us from Glendale, Arizona. Thomas Hokin says Notre Dame in an upset. Alexis Hill got Clemson by 3. Amani got Michigan. I guess he got Michigan to Notre Dame. He got Notre Dame. Maurice Strong got Notre Dame, but give me Clemson. I'm rolling with Alexis Hill. I'm going with Clemson, man. I think Clemson just has better athletes over Notre Dame. I think the backup can do just enough to defeat Notre Dame in Notre Dame. And I just trust Dabo Swinney to have enough swag to lead his team against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So I think it comes down to athletes, and Clemson just has too many athletes over Notre Dame. So give me Clemson. Coach, who you rolling with?
Oh, Lord. Well, Boston College had the ups on Clemson, but then Dabo said something at halftime, and Boston College couldn't even find the end zone, and Clemson found it several times. I don't trust Notre Dame against good teams. Now they'll go out and put 80 against Georgia Tech, but they can't score that much against certain teams. So I don't trust him. DJ Iangalale, he gonna do his thing today. That boy, you can't discount a man running like that, 6'4", 249 pounds, and running around the field, hard to tackle, hard to bring down. So I'm gonna go with Clemson.
All right, so Red,
that's right. I'm gonna pick up a game on you, Coach. Appreciate that.
I feel better if Notre Dame wins since Coach didn't go in the other direction. I won't lose the game. That's I feel. All right, last game, but probably since we live in Georgia, the most important game of the day. What is it? Florida. Oops. I forgot to put
Georgia not ranked?
Yeah, they're ranked. My bad, man. I think they're ranked number 5. Let me make that correction. That's there you go. We're going to make this thing right. Bam. Beautiful thing. Man, this is tempting to go in Florida's direction because in Stetson Bennett, I do not trust in such big games. I can't tell you. I've never seen a starting quarterback get so many balls beaten down at the defensive line or at the line of scrimmage. So I'm going to still roll with the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm going to roll with them. They can't afford to lose another game. Florida did look a little suspect against Texas A&M. Georgia's defense is pretty stout. So I think it's going to be a defense. The defense of Georgia is going to have to win this game. And I'm hoping Stetson Bennett is able to at least make a couple of plays and not throw too many picks so that Georgia can win this game. So I'm rolling with the Georgia Bulldogs to win this particular game. All right, Red, who you got?
Oh, Red, you just convinced me, man.
Hold on, let me answer Kelly's question. I think it's neutral site game.
Jacksonville.
So there's
really?
no real home field advantage.
Oh, okay. Well, now you just rechanged my mind. Sure.
Now, Joe might change your mind right here. He said, my heart says UGA, but my head says UF.
That's what I'm with Joseph. That's what I'm with. That's exactly how I'm feeling. My heart says UGA, but my head, my graded pick says UGA don't have no offense, man. UGA is all defense, maybe a running game, but we don't have no quarterback, dog. We do not have a quarterback. Look, Stetson Bennett, you're fine, dude, but you're not a quarterback. You're an accountant. You're an insurance salesman, okay? You're not a quarterback. and Florida does have a quarterback. Kyle Trask, I take him over Stetson Bennett any day. Stetson Bennett, Maurice Bennett, any Bennett, man. But, oh, man, UGA fans, look, this is not personal. This is business right here. We get graded on these picks. I got to make the most educational pick. I can't roll with Stetson Bennett against a ranked team. Are you crazy?
What?
I love my UGA Bulldogs, and I thought if you had told me we was at home, my pick would be different. But we on a neutral site in Jacksonville. That's my graded picks. Florida.
What?
Florida.
Stop the press. Stop the press. Who would have ever thought Red would go against his Georgia Bulldogs?
Man, I've been coping with this all week, Rev. All week I've been coming saying, we ain't got no quarterback, man. We don't. Have you seen that guy play? Did you see him play last week versus Kentucky? Did you see him play versus Alabama? I mean, Florida is a good team. This ain't no mediocre average team we about to play now. This is a good ranked team, man, with playmakers on defense, with playmakers on offense. We just got playmakers on defense and a running back. We do not have a quarterback. And we might find out today just how much we don't have a quarterback. I hope I'm wrong, but look, that's what I tell y'all. If you don't have a quarterback, it's hard to win football games. So this not my fault. This Kirby fault right here, man. Dude, you suck at recruiting quarterbacks, man. And you need to get better. Or like I told you in my Coke moment, we not going to get over the hump until you find a Joe Burrow, Heisman Trophy type candidate for a quarterback, man. I'm
Well,
sorry.
he had one. He had Justin Fields and let him go.
You're right. Exactly. That was a dumb move by Kirby. You make that guy stay. I'm forcing you to stay, Justin. You ain't going nowhere. You on scholarship. You stay.
Well, he could have made him stay by making him starting quarterback. That's how you make him stay.
Yeah,
I can't justify Justin Fields staying in Georgia sitting behind Jake Fromm when he knows he's a much better talent than Jake Fromm. And to be honest, man, we may never get that type of quarterback to come to Georgia again because Kirby messed over Justin Fields so badly. And then also we know those type of quarterbacks typically are black quarterbacks who can throw the ball as well as that they have their legs. And, you know, the way he handled Dwan Mathis, even though I'll admit Dwan Mathis wasn't ready for a start at the beginning of the season, but you just can't go letting the man only have a quarter of football play and then you bench him. You know, at least give him a half. And we saw that Kirby Smart literally panicked against Arkansas. You would have thought they were down 17-0 when he made that change. They were just down 3-0. Again, I'm going on record to say that Dwan Mathis should not have probably started. But if Kirby Smart had enough confidence to start him in the first place at the beginning of the season, then at least give him a half of football. And that type of stuff is going to hurt recruiting in the long run because those various teams in the SEC and the ACC, they're going to bring those things to a black quarterback's attention. That's going to keep those type of quarterbacks from wanting to come to Georgia. So it's going to be very interesting. Real quickly, Coach, give us about 30 seconds how you feel about USC starting their season. That is the University of Southern California Trojans.
Wait, did Coach get his pick in?
Where my pick?
Oh, my bad.
My pick.
My bad. We were up here talking and pontificating.
Yeah, I took some of Coach's time and then read.
See, that's why I have to cut you off sometimes because you get us derailed, right? That's why I got to stay disciplined and cut you off sometimes because Red will make it be like he gotta get the whole segment. But nevertheless, I'm just joking with you, Coach. Man, let me give you some music, man. My bad.
Rev, you cut the music off.
Here you go, man. Yeah, my bad, man. Coach, speak up for yourself, man. Go ahead, Coach. Who you got? Georgia, Florida.
All right. I'm gonna give you the Reverend Jesse Jackson's take on the game. He's gonna give you his take. Okay, it's gonna be a rhyme. Bennett will be in it. Zamir White will be all right, even though Richard LeCounte is down and out. Kyle Trask can't complete the task. The Gators will be haters. And in the end, the Bulldogs will win.
Wow.
Simple as that.
Oh, man. Now, I can't be out on the island. Florida got to win now. I'm gonna get roasted if the Bulldogs win and I took Florida against my two co-hosts. Woo!
See, Rev forgot something, Rev. He forgot that if Stetson Bennett ain't working, JT Daniels will be throwing the ball on the sidelines. Woohoo! Hello, here I am, JT. I'm here.
JT might be healthy enough to get in this game.
Yes, sir.
I forget, Coach. I didn't think he was healthy enough.
Yeah, well, man, I mean, he's been sitting on the sideline long enough in the uniform, so it's about time for him to make his debut, man. I think it's definitely time. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready. Man, we got an abbreviated show on today, so that means that we are already at halftime of the Red and Rev Sports Show. So we're going to give just a short segment of halftime, and then we'll just jump right into it. Halftime of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We got some more basketball. We got some more football, or we got some basketball to talk about and some football coming to you in just a moment. So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and the coach for one more half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. It's halftime. right, man. Let's roll. Let's roll. I must admit, I do miss the dance that Coach used to give, Red. And then
Coach, me by myself out here with my offbeat rhythm.
Coach doesn't even entertain the crowd anymore. And then I used to hate, now I hate that we're not doing it in person. You know, after the halftime show, there would be some beat that would come on. We don't get the freestyle anymore. So
that's man, I miss my freestyle. I miss my freestyle.
Man. Yeah, man. Coach used to be like, "Oh, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling something. The big one is coming."
Coach, I feel it. It'll come in my head. But that's all right. I may do it anyway. I may find some music and do it anyway. I miss my freestyles.
Yeah,
it's coming back though.
All right, gentlemen, let's jump right into this next topic because it's official time to talk my favorite sport. As Curtis Bolo said, I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Let's talk a little basketball, gentlemen. Basketball in December. You missed what happened this week?
I'm just pretty bad. Nah, man, I'm up to date what happened this week. You know, I'm just seeing my little side stuff. You know, I'm just shocked that they already back.
Yeah, man, we come to realize that.
I know you happy though.
I got mixed emotions about it. Emotions.
You know, the first month gonna be kind of watered down, so it's gonna be a month or two before they really get into that good games.
Yeah, man. You know, I've got mixed emotions about it because it's really hard for teams, especially who played in the bubble, to come back so quickly without getting that type of rest. Let's just think about just a month ago. That's when the NBA season ended in the bubble, when the Lakers win the championship. And then you're basically saying in a matter of weeks, get them back on the court to try to get them to play at a high level starting in December. You know, that does not really bode well for teams like the Lakers, like the Clippers. Well, the Clippers have extra motivation. Yeah,
I think it's really
so they can get out the gate real quickly. But let me just cue it up and then I'll give you the floor, Red. This week, the NBA players and the owners agreed to start the NBA season in December before Christmas. So we're going to have the big Christmas day of NBA basketball. And to kind of sweeten the pot for the NBA players, they are going to get 18% of the revenue of a 72-game season. So we know that financially it was very beneficial for the NBA players to accept this deal. So with those things being said, Red, what are your thoughts about the NBA coming back in December?
Upon initially hearing it, I was very surprised at first, not shocked, but very surprised. I initially thought that the NBA Players Association would try to push it at least to Martin Luther King Day weekend, but I'm not surprised that the NBA targeted the Christmas Day weekend because, you know, bottom line, we in America, they're thinking about the bottom line, the American dollar. Capitalism is where we at. It's all about that money. And we all know the NBA and the NFL have worked out an agreement that the NBA can have Christmas to themselves. So had the NBA missed that Christmas Day, you know, all day marathon, I think it would have set them back maybe hundreds of millions, not billions, but at least a few hundred millions of dollars. And with the money, what you say, Coach? Oh, sorry, my bad. All right, and with the money with the billions of dollars they just missed out in the bubble, we know they're not trying to. If it's a way they can recoup some of that money, we know they're gonna do everything possible to recoup that money. So, and you think about it, Real. But okay, the Lakers and the Heat. Besides the Lakers and the Heat, most teams, especially teams who didn't even make it to the bubble, they've kind of been on maybe normal to abnormal rest, maybe 2-3 months at the most. The Hawks been off for 5? Warriors, the Hawks and the Warriors teams like they didn't even make the bubble. How long have they been off? So those teams, I know they're itching to play. I know those teams ready to play. The teams who maybe made the playoffs got put out the first round. Okay, well, they've been out maybe 3 months. So I understand that the rest is short, but for the teams besides the Lakers and Heat are the ones who should have the most problem because they are the ones who get the least amount of rest. All other teams probably you probably take a month off their rest if you made the playoffs and had a deep run. If you made the bubble and went out early, to me, I think you're getting the same amount of rest. I mean, you may be coming back a few weeks early, but for the most part, we know it's about the NBA dollar. What I would suggest to players is just we can anticipate it's going to be a lot of low management this season. We're not going to be surprised by that, especially from, like I say, the Lakers and the Heat. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron played Christmas Day game and then took 2-3 weeks off. I'm just saying, I just would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron sat out the first month of the season, played sparingly, this game here, take 3 or 4 games. I'm just saying, this is how it's going to be the first few months of the season. So we need to brace ourselves for it. Teams that are trying to build their legs back up are going to take their time getting back into shape. But hopefully, after this season, we'll be back on a regular schedule. And the following season, things will be back to normal. But this pandemic is just taking things all out of whack. And then, like I say, athletes and sports all over the nation just going to have to make a few sacrifices.
All right, Coach, jump on in there. What are your thoughts?
Man, please. All these so-called athletes, you spoiled athletes, get out there and play. Baseball players play 162 games a year. Come on, man. Stop being spoiled and play. You didn't have time off. You've been with your family. Goodbye. I just don't understand why you getting all this money. You got living the life of Riley and his cousins, all that. Y'all worse than dudes at the cookout. Come on, man. I mean, I understand you want time off. You got all of November. Okay. You had some of October. Okay. Come on back and play. Stop all the belly. Just like Red said, y'all gonna sit out some games anyway. And y'all, some of your teams, you're good enough. You sit out some games, you're able to come back and pick it up and make playoffs again. So, hey, whatever. And I never like to spoil athletes and even more spoiled owners. Please.
Sorry. Coach tough on it, boy. I hate to have Coach as my GM, man, talking about I need a little time off, boy. Coach may fire me, man.
Hold on. I mean, Coach, you're a former coach. All right, Coach.
Yeah.
And you know the body needs time to recover.
Right.
Now, come on, man. They just finished playing in October. We're talking about almost half of the NBA stopped by at least September. Then we're talking about some teams went all the way into October, and they're being spoiled, Coach. How did you come to?
That's not. I just get tired of hearing all this negotiation, these millionaire players and all that.
How about
saying this and that?
Coach?
Well, I mean, with all the advancements. With all the advancements in sports medicine nowadays, it's easy to, again, my whole point is predicated on this, Rev, and this is why I say this, because instead of these guys resting, you'll see them everywhere out in the street somewhere, all everywhere.
Coach, come on, man.
Instead of resting, some of them ain't resting.
Coach, stop it, man. They are able to enjoy their lives. Just like you're a teacher. You don't sit up there and teach all summer long. You take your break.
Whoa.
You go on vacation somewhere. You enjoy a trip. You go to a sporting event. You may go to a cookout. They are entitled to go out, go on the beach, go take a vacation, enjoy the fruit of their labor. Come on, man. Well, you cannot compare vacationing or going out to eat or going to whatever type of enjoyment that they like to enjoy in comparison to being in the gym, running sprints, running all types of drills and having their body to go up and down the court. Come on, Coach. That's not a good comparison, man. As Alexis Hill said earlier, the body has to recover. It has to recover, Coach.
Okay, again,
don't wait on the teams that didn't make the bubble, like the Hawks and the Warriors. They can come back and start playing.
With the advancements in medicine, these guys have the ability to get back in shape. And Rev, the reason I'm saying this is, and the main reason I'm saying this is, Doggone it, I want basketball. That's the bottom line. I want basketball back.
Coach ready for his team to get another shot at my Lakers. That's what it is.
I'm not down in the players. I know what they got to go through. I just had to just be anti players this time because everybody is on the side of the players. So I said, let me go with the owners and be anti players. I understand what they got to go through.
You're getting roasted by the fans, that's for sure.
The fans mean nothing to me. None of them mean it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be anti whatever.
We won't have a show if we don't have fans, Coach. So they mean something too.
They're not gonna leave. They know better.
Look, Coach. Rev, Coach working on a suspension from the show. He getting out of I want the fans to know we do not approve his message. I want y'all to know that.
Look what Kelly said. Look what Kelly said.
What'd she say?
I didn't know summer school much.
Yeah. That means she wants a break. That's what she means. You shouldn't have brought that one up. That doesn't help your argument.
I'm not trying to help my argument. I just want to start something. I'm done now. I just started something now, so I'm done.
Oh man, you want to be starting something with Michael Jackson? You definitely started something today. Yes, you did, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, your Rockets, man. We got to get into these football picks in just a moment. But yeah, man, Coach, man, those bodies got to recover. Oh, somebody said don't suspend Coach. Well, we got to go onto the we got to go in the booth and talk behind closed scenes because we have to see. Why don't we just make a formal statement of apology either during the show or after the show? Then you'll see him next week. But we can't have him talking to our fans.
Okay.
Like that.
Hey,
Rev, let me say this.
Yeah.
I said all that to say, just like I said, I'll just be an anti-player just for the fun of it. I don't mean anything against anybody, against any fans or anybody. I formally apologize, and I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye.
All right. He might have messed up his internet connection trying to be funny. But anyway, Red, you up there advertising for your coffee company?
I mean, I was gonna say we can find Coach and get a free dinner from Longhorn.
Yeah. We could definitely do that. Coach, we don't know what you did, but I guess you have removed yourself. You're taking a self-imposed suspension. If you don't hurry up and get back on the screen, I'm gonna remove you.
Hey, everybody.
All right, man. All right, let's go into this other topic real quickly. And it's pertaining to Coach's team. So he apologized right before we had to cut this next segment out if he had not behaved himself. But the Rockets, your team, man, they have a new basketball coach in Paul Silas's son. What are your thoughts about the Rockets having a new coach, and do you think he's going to be able to manage the personalities of your boy, Russell Westbrook, along with James Harden? What you got, Coach?
Well, they said this guy has been around basketball for a while. He's been on behind the scene, so now he gets to step up and be a big boy and jump into the fire of the Houston Rockets. Will he be able to handle them? The question is not will he be able to handle them, will they acquiesce to what he's coaching? Will they want his coaching style? Will they adopt to it? Because they were so used to that Mike D'Antoni run and gun and no defense, playing all offense, small ball. So he's going to have to see how his changes. Will they adapt to the changes? And of course, if they don't adapt to the changes, then that means no title, no championship, make playoffs, and go out if they don't adapt to what he's doing, because he undoubtedly, without a doubt, is the coach. And as a player, I know all you players, these players, the NBA players who I just talked about are grown, but you know, it's going to have to see if they adapt to what he does. You know, he doesn't have to adapt to them. They have to adapt to him. And, you know, if they want to win as players, you will change your tone. And see, another thing is who do they bring? Who do they go out and get? Do they go out and find a big man? Is Daniel House going to be returning? Because he spoiled his way with them by doing what he did. Does he return? He was an integral part of the team, 10-point scorer in defense, but does he return? It's going all season going to play a lot in what they do this year, big time.
All right, Red, what are your thoughts about the Rockets' new coach? Will he be able to make that kind of influence?
No. Absolutely not. This guy is the coach you bring in when you about to either make a move or two to go in another direction, or he like a babysitter. I don't think they bringing this guy in because they think he's gonna lead the Houston Rockets to the championship. I'll say that. I think I don't know if you guys been hearing about the Sixers maybe thinking about trading for Harden and for Simmons. I think that might be the move right there. I think that the Jim Harden situation in Houston has reached its end. It's time to send Harden to Philly with a coach like Doc Rivers, pair Harden with Embiid, send Simmons to Houston with Westbrook. And I think Silas could handle Simmons and Westbrook. I don't think Steven Silas can handle James Harden. I just don't see it unless he's just gonna sit back and let Harden do what he want to do. But if he want to take control of this team, Westbrook and Simmons might be the two you want to coach. Harden might only Doc Rivers might be the only one to be able to control Harden. That's why they're talking about sending him to Philly. Yeah, send him to Philly with Doc. Send Simmons to Houston with Westbrook, and let's see how that'll work out. And then Steven Silas might have a chance. Coaching Westbrook and Harden, Steven Silas ain't got no chance, and you know well. Not if you're talking about you going to a championship. Because James Harden gonna run rush shot over that guy.
I agree. I agree that Harden would probably not be a good fit for the new coach. If you trade Harden for Simmons, that's a terrible trade for the Houston Rockets. It's a great trade for the Philadelphia 76ers. You compare Embiid and Harden, and the Sixers have something to work with right there because you got a guy who can light it up from the outside and a big man who is, has multiple skills and talents. That if I'm the Sixers, I'm doing that trade any day and every day. That's a terrible trade for the Rockets because you got Ben Simmons, who's a terrible shooter, Russell Westbrook, who is a streaky shooter. That is a terrible 1-2 punch in Houston unless Houston will unload Russell Westbrook to bring somebody in who can offset Ben Simmons' deficiencies. So I don't know if that's a good start, but I will say it will be hard for any young, unproven coach to be able to manage the personalities of Russell Westbrook and James Harden. And I'll agree to this, that it'd be harder to manage James Harden than it will Russell Westbrook. Westbrook is a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, he's more coachable.
He's more coachable. That's a better word.
Harden gonna do what he want to do, and I don't want that to fall on Steven Silas' shoulders right there. He's a young, up and coming, young African American coach, and I don't want Harden to ruin this guy.
I totally agree. All right, gentlemen, we're gonna shut down the NBA talk, and now let's get ready to go into our NFL picks. And I'm telling you, this must be the coaches. This must be coach's year this year. I tell you, because man, he's on fire. Let me pull up the records real quickly of what we did last week, and I'm gonna try to just do it all on one so that we can see it together. So fans, give me a little bit of time. So with the time, matter of fact, I forgot to do this one. I forgot to put this into the show. We know that the Steelers are number one in the NFL. My bad. I forgot we were going to talk about that real quickly. And we know that Coach is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So, Coach, we'll let you rise and shine right now and gloat, for the Steelers are the only undefeated team in the NFL left. Are the Steelers really the best team in the NFL? Shoot for it, coach. Go with
it. Begrudgingly, I'm gonna say right now, they're undefeated. But before last week, you were only allowing 66 yards per game, and you let the Baltimore Ravens gas you for 200 plus yards. Not a good sign. The offense sputtered. They started out slow, but they won the game. And being number one in NFL right now, I would say no. I'll put them number 2 behind Kansas City because Kansas City is not showing. No, Kansas City played the Jets. Okay, that's the Jets. You're supposed to beat them. But Kansas City is not. I haven't seen them show any deficiencies right now. Offensive, they just got, like I said, Pat Mahomes and the USA track team. And I don't think the Steelers can afford, if they ever played the Chiefs, can't have slow starts against the Chiefs. You can't go dormant for a half and then wake up and decide to play, because by that time the Chiefs might have 35, 40 points. Chiefs, see, the Steelers did that against Tennessee. Started out like a house of fire, and then in the second half, just shut down. Steelers defense, you looked a little suspect last week. It happens with good teams, but to be a complete team, you got to do it on both sides. And right now, the defense is playing. And somebody mentioned Big Ben for MVP. I said, no, he's not going to be MVP. But the fact that the reason the Steelers are where they are, he's a part of it. And then I'm going to have to go with Mike Tomlin. Tomlin told everybody, he held a team that had nothing and had injuries all over and lost their quarterback to 8-8. Yeah, that was the hardest season in the Steelers history, probably to get them to 8-8 and have a chance for the playoffs. And now he got his quarterback back and they're rolling. So number 1 overall, I would give him 1-1A, I guess, with the Chiefs.
All right. And Joe Black has officially made your Steelers his AFC team.
His AFC team.
All right, yeah. It's on you, brother.
Joe Black.
Are the Steelers best team in the NFL?
Yes. I can't go through all that elaboration what Coach was doing. He was breaking down the specific games, I guess telling you they're good, but they do have flaws. Me, I'm just going to tell you, this team is good. Kansas City, you better watch out. It's going to come down to this team or Kansas City. If Kansas City offense is on that day, they'll probably win. But if Pittsburgh defense is on that day, Pac-Man, you better watch out. Pittsburgh, they are rebounding from the season they had last year. But I will say this now. You're one Roethlisberger injury away from getting a reality check. You got to get that back. That backup quarterback situation is horrible. I remember you guys used to have stability at your backup quarterback position. You had Charlie Batch back there for years. He was good enough to come in and get you a win too. Mason Rudolph, and I heard you cut Devlin, the Duck. So anything happen to Roethlisberger, and start praying. But like I say, long as Roethlisberger is healthy and that defense is balling and Mike Tomlin is coaching, yes, they are the number 1 team. To me, even better than the Chiefs, because the Chiefs defense is suspect at times. Pat-Man can win you some games, but Chiefs defense ain't like that. Pittsburgh got a good quarterback, stability at offense and defense, and that's the difference. The Chiefs are just stable at offense.
Let me ask you this, and I want y'all giving me some short takes because I'm going to let y'all have some of my time in my commentary, and then we're going to get to these NFL picks. Is the Steelers' defense that great where they can stop Patrick Mahomes for an entire game? And stopping would be holding the Chiefs under 25 points. Is their defense that great to be able to hold Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to under 25 points?
It could be, but now you saying when all the marbles on the line, when it comes to the AFC Championship game, will they? Because you're gonna have both teams fighting for their playoff lives, But yeah, I do think the Steelers, if they just had that good game, I mean, their defense was on that day. But Pat Mahomes, just to say, man, Rev, that's a good question. That's a real good question.
So I say this, no doubt about it, the Steelers are the best NFL team by record. No doubt about it. Nobody can deny that because they're the only undefeated team, and they have an impressive resume now. Their first few games that they won, I really could not give them a lot of credit because they weren't really beating any powerhouse teams. But, the Browns, that was their best victory at one point in time, but they come back, beat the Titans in Nashville. They come back and beat Baltimore. Impressive. Those are two of the top teams in the AFC. So nobody can say that the Steelers are pretenders. They are definitely contenders. But when we start talking about the best team in the NFL, the reason I have the tension of saying that, because if I'm looking at them play the Chiefs, I would expect Mahomes to be on more than Big Ben. Mahomes, to me right now, is a better quarterback than Big Ben. Big Ben, at any moment, is more prone to be injured than Patrick Mahomes. And what Patrick Mahomes can do, I think he can neutralize the great Pittsburgh Steelers defense. So if nobody can tell me that they can hold the Kansas City Chiefs to less than 25 points a game, I'm going with Kansas City any day and every day because of the Patrick Mahomes battle, because I think the Chiefs can win an offensive battle against the Steelers. Now, if somebody can say that the Steelers defense is that good where they can hold the Chiefs under 20 points, then I may have to rethink that. But I don't know if the Steelers defense, as good as they are, and remember, they have feasted off of teams that primarily have the running game as their chief weapon. They beat the Titans. Ryan Tannehill ain't scaring nobody, but Derrick Henry is. They beat Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is scaring people with his legs more so than his arm and their running game. But Patrick Mahomes brings a whole new dynamic to the table because we know the Chiefs, their running game is secondary. Their passing game is primary. So that's why I'm not necessarily ready to make that move if the Steelers and Chiefs are being compared against each other. And nobody can tell me that the Steelers can shut down Patrick Mahomes, then I still got to go with the Chiefs being the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, you're right. Like I say, it'll be a good game, but I'm kind of leaning with you. If it got to that AFC Championship game, if Pat Mahomes on fire, man, Minka Fitzpatrick or not, he gonna make a play. Somebody, he gonna find a way to get that ball into one of his playmaker hands. And like I say, personally, I would think Big Ben and him would just have to outdo each other. So you're right, which means that'll take the defenses out of it. So that's a good take, Real. If it came down to Pittsburgh and Chiefs, I don't think the defenses would matter. It would be down who would make the more plays, Pat Mahomes or Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, I saw your Baptist finger, Coach, so I wasn't surprised to see that you may have a retort about something that was said. So go with it, Coach.
It's not really a retort. I mean, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff, but I got 2 questions or 2 points. Number one, the Steelers neutralized Pat Mahomes by what they've been doing to teams all year, keeping them off the field. Those 8-minute drives and 9-minute drives that the Steelers put together, they take the whole field, they take most of the quarter, go down and score a touchdown. No Patrick Mahomes on the field means no points. So that offense is designed to slow you down and keep him off the field. If they can play ball control offense a game against the Chiefs, then their chances of winning are better. Now, I mean, no doubt when Mahomes gets on the field, it's a video game because he got all those weapons plus Kelsey, and then you got those guys running around doing what they do. So that could be a factor in the game when they play each other. Because, I mean, no doubt if Mahomes is on the field, many times you put him on the field, he's subject to score throwing left-handed, throwing off his back foot, throwing with one leg, throwing with one arm. He just gets his man open. But let me address a point that I just saw that I don't want to, but I am. You highlighted a comment, and you highlighted a comment from one Maurice Thrower. The Steelers are suspect and feasting on a weak schedule. Really? Really?
Well, Coach,
I'm trying.
I'm gonna help you out with this because I got to get ready to go in just a moment. So I'm gonna help you out.
Okay, go ahead.
We already established the fact that the Steelers' schedule was weak starting off, but nobody can deny they beat two of the top teams in the AFC. So we got to put down that whole weak schedule stuff because the Titans are one of the top teams in the NFL. The Baltimore Ravens, one of the top teams in the NFL and AFC. So there's no need for you to get yourself stirred up over that comment.
I wouldn't. I just wanted y'all to address it. I'm done.
Well, I addressed it early on by saying they beat two of the teams earlier. So I don't know if Maurice heard me or not, but maybe he's just throwing shade at you. I don't know. But we're not going to entertain it because we know that the Steelers, the past 2 weeks, they beat two of the top teams. That's impressive. So no diggity, no doubt. The Steelers have definitely have some quality wins. So yeah, we're gonna move on that. All right, Coach. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if the Steelers will go ahead on and do what they have to do. You got something?
Coach, he will not be ignored.
All right, gentlemen, let's go into our NFL picks, and I got our records up real quickly. And once again, this is Coach's world, but we'll start. I'll start with me being the bottom feeder. I'm 3-4. I was 3-4 last week. My record is 48, 37, and 1. So I'm in last place. Red, you went 3-4 last week. Your record now is 52, 33, and 1. And with a 4-game lead, Coach running the fastest he's ever run away from us. 5-2 last week with a record of 57, 28, and 1. So Coach is really feeling good about himself as we are doing these NFL picks. And who would ever thought that Coach would be in first place both in the NCAA and NFL? Go ahead real quickly, Red. What you got?
I'm about to pull a Joe Biden on Coach.
Well, you Joe Biden him the other year. Remember when you won your only championship, and I stressed you walked him down to the end of the season. So we know Coach is liable to pull a choke job. And we do know by the time the NFL season ends, it will no longer be 2020. So we might be coming back to regular sense here on the NFL picks. Because we'll be picking all the way into the playoffs, so the playoffs go into 2021. So we'll see.
That's right.
Let's get ready to pick these games, gentlemen. I should have kept that one up. We're going to start with the Falcons. The Falcons, as we get ready to start this segment of making NFL picks. So, Coach is back on you. Broncos versus the Falcons. The Falcons are at home. Who you got?
Drew Lock is a key. He's a lock to throw away the game. Falcons.
All
I ain't gonna waste time.
Red, are you rolling with your boys to win that third game?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I shouldn't because they don't need to. But Matt Ryan's a better quarterback than Drew Lock, so yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
All right, I'm going to make it unanimous. Once again, we'll be sliding down in the draft.
I hope not. Now, I hope I'm wrong.
Well, no, I got the Falcons over the Broncos, and Drew Lock I do not trust. All right, Red, it's on you. Ravens versus Colts. Colts are the home team. The Colts are coming off an impressive win against the Lions, who we all picked last week to beat the Colts. So who you got, Ravens versus Colts?
I think the Ravens will bounce back this week. I think their defense will give Rebels. I know Colts at home, but I think the Ravens defense will step up a little bit on Phillip Rivers. I think the Ravens running game, I have something to say this week. I think Lamar's legs, more so his arm, will have something to say this week. And I think he'll pull out just enough plays to beat the Colts. The Colts are playing Detroit this week. And that's why they put up that 40 burger. They ain't playing Detroit this week. Ravens are a better team. Taking the Ravens.
All right, I'm joining you taking the Ravens as well. They are the better team, and I don't see them losing their second game in a row. So I'm gonna roll with you with the Ravens as well. And Coach, are you gonna join Red and Rev by picking the Ravens along with all of the fans who are picking the Ravens as well in this?
Yeah. Hey, I still don't trust Phillip Rivers. I don't care what he does. He fluked it out against the Lions last week. Big deal. Ravens gonna win.
All right, it moves us to the Bears versus Titans. Both teams are coming off taking L's last week. The Titans are at home. I'm not real big on the Bears. I'm not big on Nick Foles. I am bigger on the Tennessee Titans running game. I trust Derrick Henry more than I trust the Chicago Bears defense to stop Derrick Henry. And if it's in a grinding type of game, I'm going to give the edge to the Titans because they have the best offensive player on their team, and that's Derrick Henry. And over a period of time, Derrick Henry wears the defense down, trying to tackle that big body. So give me Derrick Henry, and I need Derrick Henry to put up 50 fantasy points so I can bounce back from the L that I took last week in fantasy. Go ahead. Is it on Coach? Coach, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with the Titans. I know your Derrick Henry choice. He gonna run loose on the Bears. I think Khalil Mack is still iffy. I don't know if he's playing. I think either the Nick Foles magic about to wear off. It's going to be the Titans.
All right, who you got, Red?
Making it unanimous. Bears don't let me down. 2-3 weeks in a row, man. Nick Foles, you proven to everybody you're not a regular season quarterback, dude. You're the guy to bring in the playoffs. But I don't know if you can go back to Mitch now. It don't even matter. I'm taking the Titans.
All right, so we've all made unanimous decisions so far. We've taken all the teams. We've all picked the same teams in 3 games. We see that the fans, most of them are going with the Titans, and Kelly has given us some imagery of how Derrick Henry bulldozing folks. So, yeah, no doubt. All right, let's move on to this next game. Back on you, Coach. We got the Seahawks versus the Bills.
Oh man. Why do I have to get this game first? Woo! Where they playing at Buffalo?
Buffalo. Both teams coming off impressive victories last week.
Wow. Well, let's see. DK Metcalf. Metcalf is still a grown man, and Russell Wilson's gonna find him. And then Lockett has stepped up. I don't know if Chris Carson is gonna play. That's gonna be a key. If he's not playing, it's going to be tough against the Bills. But Josh Allen, still a wild card. I'm going with the Seahawks.
All right. Red, are you joining Coach with the Seahawks?
No, we take the Bills at home in the upset. I know Russell Wilson might have picked his MVP. Well, Russell Wilson still going to have a good game. The Bills are going to win this game based off of the Seahawks defense. I think it's going to be a good close game all the way through. I think the Bills going to win it with a field goal in the end. At home, that's how they're going to beat Seattle, taking the Bills in the upset.
All right, for me, it comes down to the quarterback play. Who do I trust, Russell Wilson or Josh Allen? Give me Russell Wilson for $500, Alex. So I'm going with
basketball, real.
Yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks over the Bills, and I can't lose any more ground to Coach picking Josh Allen. So I'm going with the Seahawks. Let's move into the next.
Take a gamble, Red, eventually.
What's that, Red? I'm sorry.
I said you're going to have to take a gamble eventually to get back in it. You're going to have to take a few gambles.
We got about 8 more weeks of regular season gambles I could take, and I'm not gambling on Josh Allen.
Okay. Good point.
All right, it's on you, Red. Dolphins versus Cardinals, Arizona at home. Who you got?
You already know who I got, man. Arizona, going to sticking with my boy Kyler Murray. Dolphins, they showed out last week against the Rams, but it was more the Dolphins' defense than Tua's offense. But Arizona, they got some defense too, and my boy Budda Baker is a definite candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Kyler Murray gonna have that offense, him and Hopkins and Fitzgerald, their running game. I love it at home. Taking Arizona.
No doubt about it. I'm going with you. I'm going with Arizona as well. I got a chance to watch some of that Rams-Dolphins game, and the Dolphins defense, literally made one play that made that game get out of control when they sacked Goff and got that sack fumble, and that literally changed the game because Rams really should have won that game. They were in control of the game. They were about to go up 17 points, and then that play just totally changed the game. I don't see them being able to run away from the Cardinals like that. And I don't think that the Dolphins offense can match the offensive prowess of the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm going with the Cardinals along with you, Red. Coach, who you got?
Tua time is going to be slowed down again. In order for the Dolphins to win, he's going to have to give them more offensive weaponry and do more offense because the defense can't play that kind of game every night. I'm going with the Cardinals.
All right, so we made it unanimous, and we see that Vincent Woodruff is going with Zona. Of course, Maurice Thrower got his Dolphins. Not surprised by that pick at all. And Kelly Nicole is going with the Cardinals. Last game, I believe, of our picks. Saints Buccaneers, NFC South matchup. It's on me. Give me the Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers. I think they're going to split. We know that the Saints beat the Buccaneers in New Orleans to start the season. The Buccaneers are a much better team. And guess who's coming to town this week? Antonio Brown makes his Tampa Bay Buccaneer debut. I got to sit him on my bench. I did pick him up for fantasy football, so I need to see a game out of him before I insert him in the lineup. But anyway, I'm going with the Buccaneers. I don't see Tom Brady losing to Drew Brees twice in one season to start his NFC South career. So give me the Buccaneers. Who you got, Red? I'm sorry, Coach.
So you picked up Antonio Brown, huh?
Oh, I picked him up before he got cleared to play. But we're not talking fantasy football. We making NFL picks.
Speaking of guess who's coming back, Michael Thomas come back on the field for the Saints this week. So, hey, I'm going with the Saints.
Okay. I appreciate you going it so I can get a game up on you. I appreciate it. I can try to walk you down one game at a time, 1 week at a time. All right, Red, are you sharing Coach's sentiment or your boy Rev's sentiment? And remember who you've been on the show with longer. Remember,
What do you think? Wait, and now, look, this ain't nothing personal, but I'm just saying, who you think what team I'm going with? You think I'm going with the Saints? I don't care if Michael Thomas, I don't care if Roger Thomas, I don't care if Frank Thomas was back, okay? I don't care what Thomas. We talking about Brady, baby. We talking about Gronk. We talking about AB in the house. We talking about that Buck. Dude, this is the Super Bowl favorite, okay? And that's why I keep telling Falcon fans, if you want to jump on the Brady and Bucks bandwagon, I won't hold it against you, man. They are not a main rival of the Falcons. They used to be in the NFC Central, okay? They jettisoned to our division with the new realignment. I don't consider Bucks one of our top rivals, okay? The Bucks are winning this game. Tom Brady is in the zone. His team believes. The Bucks believe. They are the new Patriots. Do you see how that team playing? They playing with swag. They playing with confidence because they know they got Tom Brady as a leader. I wish my Falcons could one day look up and say, look who we have as the man. We going to be all right. But no, we not going to be all right. But Tampa Bay going to be all right. Tampa Bay.
All right. So the picks have been made, and we will post those picks on our site tomorrow before the games begin. That was wonderful talk.
Rev?
Yeah.
Rev? You not putting the Steelers and the Cowboys on there?
Oh, my bad. I didn't think it was worth it. But, man, we're not picking that game.
I know.
Ain't nobody taking the Cowboys, man.
Yeah, we're not going to insult the standings, padding our stats.
For real.
The integrity.
Yeah, we got to keep the integrity of the show. No Dak Prescott. Come on, man. They're on the third string quarterback. Let's stop the foolishness. All right, gentlemen, let's get ready to end the show with You Have the Right. and then we'll take it on in. So who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? Go.
USC Trojans, you about to be on TV in about 30 minutes. You have the right to show the rest of the country why you can be a player in this season this year by coming out and beating a decent Arizona State team coached by Herm Edwards, Mr. You play to win the game. So you got to come out and thump them early. You have the right to thump them early and show everybody what's up.
All right, Red, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Falcons, you have a right to look through the phone book and call Louis Riddick. What's taking you so long? You fired your GM. We know you're going to get a new coach next year. It's time to be getting the guys in the front office that you're going to need to move this team forward. Louis Riddick don't need to be on no Monday Night Football. He needs to be preparing for the next year Falcon draft and which quarterback he's going to be taking. So off the blank, get the molasses out your butt and give Lou Riddick a call, please. Louis Riddick, the next Falcons GM.
All right, and Kelly, you have the right. You have the right to keep silent on our show, talking about how we do our show. You have the right to let us DJ our show. And you have the right to tell Georgia Tech either play better or stop, or you have the right to stop rooting for them. How about that?
I thought she was
I'm with you, Kelly.
What happened to her Jackson State?
Well, they're not playing
we
right now.
We didn't pick Georgia Tech this week.
No,
exactly. We didn't pick Georgia Tech this week.
We let them off the hook. You know, we needed some extra games to put in to fill out our college. So, Kelly, you have the right to get a new team if you don't like when we put Georgia Tech on the show.
And Georgia
Tech has the right to move to the MEAC division or the SWAC division.
Yeah, man. All right, gentlemen.
Hey, Rev, who Georgia Tech playing this week? Who Georgia Tech playing this week? The Sisters of the Worthless Miracle? Who they playing?
I don't even know, man. I stopped following them, man, because it was just a waste of time. Man, we'll see what happens, man. But thank you, gentlemen, for appeasing me as I'm out of town to allow us to have.
Right. Rev, you're right. What's your right? You're right. You didn't say you're right.
Yeah, I did. I talked about Kelly.
Oh, okay. Yes, okay. My bad, Rev. My bad.
No problem. But, man, enjoyed the show. Thank y'all for allowing me to come on an hour earlier so I could go to this session at 12 o'clock. Thank you, fans, for tuning in an hour earlier. Next week, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled time at 11 o'clock. Thank you all for joining in. Kim Blackman, we're glad to have you back. We hadn't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell somebody about the Red and Rev Sports Show. Tell somebody like Red Rev. And tell them also we're on YouTube and Periscope now each week at 11 o'clock. All right, my brothers, I got to get out of here. Everybody have a great week. And we are out.